Hi everyone, I'm Ash and this is the third video in my back to school series for fall 2014. Now I was thinking a lot about what I should do today, but I ended up with deciding that I'm going to make a video about time management and how to deal with the time you have at hand and get everything that you need to get done and so forth. Some of these things are very general and a lot of them are targeted directly towards studying, but hopefully you will learn something new or do something you haven't thought of before. First things first, get yourself a planner. Now this is my planner. It's a Filofax, so it's quite big, but I really like it. I'm trying to figure out how to use it properly, but so far so good. Basically why I want to have a planner is so that you can write down everything that's going on in your life, and that is if you get any homework, if you have any tests or assignments you need to get delivered, if you have doctor's appointments, if you're meeting up with friends, if you have extracurricular activities, everything that's going on in your life you write in your planner. So either in your planner or on post-it notes or anything like that, I want you to write down what you need to get done, approximately how much time it's gonna take, and how important it is. So basically a to-do list. By writing it down you make sure you do not forget, and it's a lot easier to accomplish it. And now that you've written down what you need to do, it's sort of time to go on and do it. If you want to get things done, do not turn on your computer until you're done with everything that's on your to-do list. For me, my computer takes a lot of time and it's just mindless waste. I mean, I go on YouTube, I go on Tumblr, I check Facebook, things that are not very important that I just end up spending hours on every single day. If some of the things you have to do are supposed to be done on your computer, you can download an app like Cold Turkey that will, for a limited time period, block certain web pages from your computer. Apps like these are completely controlled by you, so only you will be able to set a time for it. And it's not permanently blocked, it's just for instance, 4 hours or till 10 p.m. Some time management tips for your life in general. So these are just some things that I figured out worked for my daily routine, but you know, it's all different. If you're a person who wants to work out or likes to work out, I would recommend doing that first thing in the morning. So before you go to school, before you get ready, first thing, set your alarm to half an hour before you usually need to get up. Put it on, get out of bed and work out before your day starts. I loved doing this, not only because it was beautiful for me to run and see the whole world wake up, but also because you have a feeling of accomplishment for the rest of the day because you've already done a very big task that is very dreadful, and you have that out of your way, so you don't need to take that into account when you plan how you will spend the rest of your time. To save time in the morning, you can prepare food the night before, so you can pack your lunch and you can make some breakfast, like overnight oatmeal for instance, that you can just bring with you on, for instance, the bus on your way to school. Of course, plan your outfits the night before, have everything laid out so you can just put it on, and then you will save at least 10 minutes trying to figure out what sort of shoes you're gonna wear, where your earrings are at, things like that. Always pack your bag or backpack the night before when you're going to school. First of all, you will save a lot of time in the morning, and second of all, you're less likely to forget things, because if you already have them in your backpack, you won't need to stress around in the morning and, you know, forget your calculator or your homework assignment and things like that. So now some time management tips and tricks for studying. When I think about time management, I don't only think about how I manage my time, but also how much I can get done in the limited amount of time I have during a day. So I like to really maximize every minute of my day to get as much out of it as possible, so later on I can take more time off to do whatever I want. So one thing you can do is make posters with things you need to memorize and put them up around your house, places you usually just stand and wait. For me, this would be around the coffee machine, over the microwave, where I brush my teeth, stuff like that. Places you usually just stand and wait for anything to happen, you can put up these posters, so while you do it, you can get some studying done. Another way to really maximize wasted time is to make flashcards and bring them with you on, for instance, the bus. I made a really cute flashcard here to show you guys. What I like to do when I make flashcards is to hole punch them and then, oh, it's really bright, and then put a keyring on it. So when you have multiple flashcards, you don't lose them, you all have them very accessible and available and handy, and you can just keep on reading and you just, you know, twist them around and then you come back to the original card. And yeah, you don't lose any. Because I know a lot of people say that they don't like using flashcards because they get lost and stuff, but you have them all right here. So flashcards you can read, you know, if you're standing in line, if you're on the bus, if you're waiting for the bus, if you're waiting for someone to pick you up, any sort of small minutes that you have anywhere instead of being on your phone and playing around or just standing there, you can read definitions, very important like key terms in different subjects, etc. Something I did which helped me out a lot with my time was that I did all the light readings on the bus. When I did the IB, I basically spent between 2 and 3 hours getting to and from school every single day, which was very impractical and I wasted a lot of time doing it. But as I always spent that time doing readings for anthropology or Norwegian, I was able to keep on top with my homework and get everything done. If you don't like reading on the bus or you're driving, I could recommend getting a lot of academic podcasts to your phone. This could be, for instance, you know, if there's a podcast about a book you're reading for English, if there's anything explaining concepts in physics, things like that. I also listened to podcasts when I was, for instance, working out, so I could both work out and study at the same time. When you actually study though, make sure you do not try to multitask. Don't try to, for instance, read a book while you watch something on YouTube, because you won't be able to fully focus on either thing. And try to really focus. Don't think about what you need to get done afterwards, because then you won't really grasp and remember what you're reading, and then you will have to read it again, so actually you're wasting time. When you study, try to study as productively as possible. My favorite model is to study intensely for 25 minutes and then take a 5-minute break. When I take a break, I like to walk around, maybe go to the kitchen, get some water, make some tea, and get up and get moving. If you just sit still, you will become restless, which will affect your studying. If you do use your phone a lot and you feel like that's a lot more accessible than, for instance, flashcards and books, you can download study apps to your phone, or apps that will help you study. There's, for instance, an app called Quizlet that will allow you to make flashcards, so you can make them on the computer and download an app so you have it on your phone. That app will test you on how well you know things. It will come up with strategies for how to study from now on. You can play different games with the definitions you made, etc. There's also an app called 3030, which will allow you to make sort of a to-do list with times. So basically it's like an alarm clock that goes off when you're supposed to move on to the next task. This is great if you're one of the people who, like myself, have a tendency to go way over with my breaks and use sort of the timer as an excuse to sit around and play on my phone instead of actually working. Something I also like to do when I study is that I put my phone on flight mode, so I will still be able to use the timer and maybe listen to classical music and things like that, but I won't be distracted by people texting me or calling me or, you know, Twitter, Instagram, things like that. So those are my basic time management tips and tricks that I could think of off the top of my head. If I have anything more, I will link it in the description box down below, alongside with the name of the apps and link to the web pages that I've suggested. So make sure to get yourself a planner and be smart with your time. If you have any other tips, leave them down below as well, so we can, you know, share tips and get to know each other and help each other out. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a comment down below with any video request for the rest of my back to school series. Give this video a thumbs up if you learned anything new, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye!